Has your state of mind set you up for failure the entire day? Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Romie. I'm a physician that brings together neurology and integrative medicine and the founder of the BrainSHIFT Institute. You're on this YouTube video as a part of Dr. Romie Real Talk that I try to bring to you every Thursday. So, BC before COVID, I often used to do this exercise for myself, for the executives I work with, which was your Sunday state of mind. And what normally happened on Sunday? We would talk about people would be seeing these self care posts and just feeling frazzled. And so I ask you, what are you feeling right now? Are you stressed? Oh, or maybe you're watching this video and you're like barely dressed to be on camera. Or maybe you're like partially obsessed, as I am with Clubhouse. I couldn't turn it off to even record this video. There was an interesting conversation going on, right? Stressed, barely dressed, or partially obsessed. But here's the thing we're finding: this is no longer about the Sunday blues or the anxieties or the Sunday scaries that can happen on Sunday heading into Monday. With so many people working from home and everything going on in the news cycle, we have to tame to our mindset every day. So I ask you to take a moment and pause here. Are you feeling stressed? Are you barely dressed? Partially obsessed? Like you're still binge watching whatever you're on Netflix or Hulu right now and not working? Well, breathe. You may be feeling all of the above or none of the above. You're going to be like, Romy, I ain't stressed. I'm blissed out. And I wanted to have this short video today to talk about number one, what to do when you're in that stressed, barely dressed, partially obsessed mode to get to a place where you're okay, if not completely blissed out, let's be honest here, at least able to focus on one task ahead for the day. And maybe this is a reminder, you'd feel a little better if you showered. I'm just saying, maybe it's time to give up the holiday hygiene. Okay, but back to topic. So, number one, why is it that when stress hormone levels elevate, some people feel really frazzled and stressed in a busy brain, and other people can barely get out of bed and feel depressed? Well, it's the way our brains to some degree are wired, but it also has to do with the state of our sleep cycle and our gut health. So we often find that people with a leaky gut and high stress is combated to that tend to get into that low motivation. I can barely get dressed and sleep is disturbed. If you've been following along our launch this year, I'm actually culminating 3 years of surprising brain research on the busy brain, the surprising science of anxiety, ADD, and difficulty focusing, that whole stressed or partially obsessed mode where you feel like your brain cells are on fire, yet you can't get anything done. And that's what this video is about. Are you not sure where you fall into these categories? Well, there's a link below this video where you can click for free and take the busy brain test and get your score today, along with some recommendations. But I wanted to just talk about a few tasks. And in Dr. Romy Real Talk flavor, this isn't a video about berries and breathing. You found this channel because you've tried it all and you need to untangle the web that's in your brain so you can focus on the task ahead. So, what do I do when I recognize or somebody else points out you're in a state of stressed, barely dressed, or partially obsessed? I think the first thing I would recommend to do in this 3 tip takeaway is declutter your digital devices, your area wherever you're working right now, and your brain. Declutter, declutter, declutter. So, first of all, right now, as I shoot this video in my office, I've got a tripod stand with an iPhone. I've got the other iPhone that I was listening to Clubhouse on, and a laptop for backup for a event that I need to present later on today for our colleagues at Evolution Hospitality. So declutter all of that and have, to the best of your ability, just the device you need to work on right now, even if it's multiple screens. So declutter your digital devices. Number two, and I'm guilty as charged, I was trying to clean up the mess there, and there's like a big pile of junk and my makeup here on the left, declutter your workspace. A cluttered environment and cluttered digital devices just elevate your stress hormone levels and make you feel stuck. I will be having an interview next month with a feng shui expert, and we're going to dig deeper into that. So, declutter your digital devices, keep only the one in front of you you need. Number two, declutter your space. And number three, declutter your brain. If you've been in one of my virtual lectures for your company, you know I'm a big fan of doing a brain dump. That is taking pen to paper, actual paper, not your computer. And all I want you to do right now is write down the one most important thing you need to get done before your work day is over, or the one thing you need to get done this evening for your home. Just one thing, and declutter your brain. And because when you focus and you write that down, you're now sending a signal to your brain like, this is important. I don't need to worry about it. But automatically, you've written that one thing you need to do. Hey, listen, if 17 things ended up on that piece of paper, that's okay. You needed to do it all. Pick one and move on. So stressed, barely dressed or partially obsessed, there's no judgment. Click the link below and get your busy brain test score and see where you are on the spectrum right now. The tips for today are declutter your digital devices. Number two, declutter your desk. And number three, declutter your brain. Write it all down in a brain dump, but pick the one thing you need to focus on right now. I'm Dr. Romie, and this is today's edition of Dr. Romie Real Talk. If you find this helpful, click on the link, additional links below, and find out how you can work with me, either individually or with your team. We have innovative brain and mental health programs that we're taking to teams around the world, and we would love to introduce the BrainSHIFT protocol to your team. I'm Dr. Romie, and until next week, thanks for hanging out in my slightly cluttered office. I promise to declutter by next week. Bye.